Okay, my name is Jean. What I'm going to talk to you may not seem a little trivial compared to some of the other speakers, but I'll just start. Has anyone heard of UNIQLO in this room? Yes or no? Okay, so some of you have not. UNIQLO, oh, I pressed this button. Okay, UNIQLO is the third largest casual clothing company in the world. Number one is Inditex, number two is H&M, and we're number three. Here's just a snapshot. I am going to talk about CSR shortly. Sales for 2017, about 17 billion, and we have over 3,000 stores. The main brand is UNIQLO. Other brands include Theory, Helmut Lang, Comptoir des Couturiers, Princesse Tam Tam, and a couple others. The main brand is UNIQLO, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. This is our corporate mission: changing clothes, changing conventional wisdom, and change the world. So we just heard about CVS. UNIQLO is similar. Retail tends to be not very exciting, a lot of repetitive tasks, and it's not always the most motivating place to work. But we do have a mission, and we talk about this all the time in our company, and we also do things around this mission, which makes it an easier and more enjoyable and happy place to work, which I'm going to tell you a little bit about. So I have a movie that is a little bit on the corporate side that lasts about a minute that gives an overview of our general activities, and then I'll go into details about what we do in this country. Okay. The last slides, underneath our logo, it said UNIQLO. It said Lifewear. So Lifewear is what we call our product. So we don't make disposable clothing. Many of you who may be UNIQLO customers realize that, but that is not what we make. We're not a fast fashion company. We make clothes to make people's lives better in some way, and I hope you will see that in a moment. So these are our main assets when it comes to working with communities and other partners. It's our staff, our customers, our products, our stores, our communities, and our cities. And lastly, it's our checkbook. It's in much smaller letters on purpose, so don't ask me afterwards. But generally speaking, we have found it to be more effective to work without the check first when we're working with NGOs. So often we work with municipalities and cities, and we also have some larger projects that you may not be aware of. I'm going to speak about the US, but we do have a global partnership with the UNHCR. We've been supporting refugees in many different ways since 2007, through in-kind donations directly to camps, through donating money for emergency relief in Bangladesh, among other places, and hiring refugees and raising awareness of refugee issues around the world. We support colleges, fellowships and scholarships. We support museums in several different countries. In New York City, we support the Free Friday Night program. And we also work with, we have a social business in Bangladesh with the Grameen Healthcare Trust called Grameen UNIQLO, which is a network of 14 stores employing several hundred local people, everything made in Bangladesh for Bangladesh customers. So that's just to show that there's a global picture here, but I'm going to go much smaller. Here's an example of what we've done at the store level. At UNIQLO, our store managers are empowered as business leaders and business owners. A store like our store in Chicago, probably sales are upwards of $20 million a year, and our store manager is effectively, that store is the CSO, the EO, and the store manager makes choices about how to engage with the community. And we had a program here with the Art Institute of Chicago, for instance, the Jazz Institute of Chicago, and with a tech incubator where all of this happening at our store. Wherever we can, we use our store, we use our staff, we use our products, and again, as last resort, we pull out the checkbook. This is an example from Queens. We've been working with the Department of Homeless Services in New York for over 5 years and have donated to them several million pieces of clothing and hundreds of hours of volunteer support to go directly to shelters and do activities with the kids and to distribute clothing and to have a fun time, basically. And this is an example of something we did in Queens. There you go, okay. It's really cool. So you may wonder, why do we have all this ice? It's because we make innerwear and down jackets, which is what we gave away to these kids on that day. This is a shelter on Queens Boulevard. It has about 400 people. Usually this population is completely ignored. Nobody ever comes to shelters, nobody ever says hi, nobody ever does anything fun. But we did something pretty extraordinary even for people not living in a shelter. And this is all staff, it's our product, and it's several stores coming together to support this. So I think you get the picture. I'm not quite done yet. I think I have a little time. This is another example. We work with New York City to, we believe as a brand, again, this is about our values coming together, is about providing access to quality in a democratic way. Our clothing is very reasonably priced, as you may know. And we partnered with the Parks Department to give grants to neighborhood artists to create artwork in neighborhood parks, underserved parks. And here are some examples, and you may see them if you live in the 5 boroughs and you live anywhere near one of these parks. You'll see artwork that you never would have seen otherwise. And each of these works of art sits there for about a year and comes with several months of programming that is embedded in this, this grant. We also provided the Parks Department with their uniforms as an aside. So, I mean, the pattern here is wherever we can, we're incorporating our product, our stores, and our staff to make things happen. There's one more example. This is something that we made up. Again, this engages our customers, which was part of my assignment. We have a program every holiday season called A Warm Gesture, where we invite our customers to donate. It could be 5 cents, it could be $1, it could be online or at the cash register, and we will match that in the form of clothing. And then we invite kids living in homeless shelters or boys and girls clubs. Last year we did it in about 23 cities, you can see here. And we invite groups of 20 to 50 kids to each store. Then when they walk in the door, we give them a $125 gift certificate or a gift card, and then they go shopping with a staff member as their shopping buddy. And they learn, they do very basic math, but it's pretty amazing. Last year, I think there were about 650 kids who participated in this, and there's some examples, but it is one example. One of the children was in the store. He'd been shopping with his buddy for about 40 minutes, and he brings everything to the register, and he starts to walk away. And it's like, oh, no, you can, this is yours. And many of the kids didn't really understand this, and it was the first time for many of them to buy their own new clothes. So this was quite wonderful, and we continue to do this. So I think my purpose was to explain community, store, CSR, and brand, and I'm done. So